Good day and welcome to our watercolor journey. Today we're doing something different. This landscape with boats on it. The materials I used is listed here, and then I will also do it in the description list. First of all, I started by wetting a few patches of the sky. I used Moonglow and Cerulean for the sky area. So I get soft edges and hard edges. The board is at an angle, so it really helps to let that paint flow. So now I'm going in with the mountains. There I'm also using the Moonglow and the Cerulean, and I'm just letting that paint flow. This is a travel quill brush that I'm using, so it holds a lot of water and pigment, and that's good for initial wash. My paper is dry, so I will get hard edges, especially at the top where I want them for the mountain area. And I'm just loving the Moonglow today. It's a long time since I've used the Moonglow. And I'm just getting in some warmth and with a burnt umber and just adding some greens there. Perylene green is also always a must-have in my palette. All these bushes and things, I'm just getting a variety of colors in there. So this is just a process of getting all your colors in the way that you want. At least there I'm letting the paint spread, because it pulled beautifully at the bottom, so it can create natural shadows in the water. I'm starting with the water area also, and I'm really intensifying that bottom area. And I'm painting negatively around the boats because I want to preserve some of the white there. I'm definitely just playing around with color variations because I really want interest in that water, because I want really light and dark values in it. As you can see there, I'm really intensifying those areas, and also that horizon line is, I'm just developing that also and creating darker values there. And I'm just lifting out some color for that reflections of the boats. I think it's great to get that variety of light and dark in your painting. While the paper is still wet, I'm just adding a few lines and variations there. And also the mountain is still quite damp, so I can go in with a little bit stronger pigment to intensify that front mountain area. where I'm creating a darker bush at the background. I know this looks completely different to some of my other paintings, but I do like to bring in variety in the way that I paint. And remember, you always want all your dark values, middle values and light values. Just adding a few more reflections there in the water. As you can see, I only focus the dark area on the right hand side at the moment. I will go into the left hand side and create darker values there, but I just want that initial layer that will shine through with my next layer that I'm going to add. I'm just lifting out some color in areas that I want lighter. I'm using Foliator brush from Pro-Arte just to splat in some clean water, because just to create some backgrounds. You can also use a toothbrush. I know I did not get all the results exactly the way that I wanted. It's worked in some places and some it did not work as well, because you need to let the paint dry a little bit more. And then I'm also splatting in some more pigments and variations of color that can spread on their own there. And creating a few random marks also there in the water. And I'm using a damp calligraphy brush with clean water on it, just to create some ripples. If you use a damp brush, it will push away the paint and create beautiful lines for you. A calligraphy brush also holds a lot of pigment and water. It's just developing a few areas there and building up some values. I think you can already see it, that water looks quite chaotic at the moment already, and splatting in a little bit more water there. And let your painting dry now. So this is what we've got at the moment. So I'm re-wetting some of the areas now, because now I'm starting with the water area again, and I want the colors to be beautifully and soft. But be careful not to take away the white areas underneath your boats. And I'm intensifying the color also on the right hand side. Remember, with watercolor it fades back quite a bit. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but if you do your horizon line and do your sketch, either you do it in thirds or quarters or something like that, never split your painting in two completely. So I'm re-wetting the mountains also, and just creating a little bit more color and texture and value there. And at least that will spread also beautifully and create a lot more interest. And there again, bringing in some more darks, because you can see everything is slowly but surely starting to take. And you can see with the mountain that I intensified on the right hand side, it's really standing much more to the foreground. And you can see that paint flows so beautiful. But remember, you still want your mountains and all those type of details to be lighter than the foreground. Now I'm creating some more ripples in the water. Building up a few values. And giving those trees and bushes a little bit more shape. With a lemon yellow, it's also quite opaque, so that's the one thing that's really nice. You can work on top of darker values with it. It will fade back, but if you do it much stronger, it will stay there and you will not lose those marks. Okay, and I'm just adding some crevices and marks in the mountain. That also helps to create a little bit more interest there, and the edges will also definitely not be very hard. Let your painting dry again. That's one thing that's always important when you work with your painting. Let it dry before you go to the next phase, because you really do not want to create really muddy effects. But muddy is a relative concept. Sometimes you need those type of muted colors in your painting. Just building definition in my boat and just giving a few suggestions, because this also doesn't need to be exactly a perfect replica, because this is a loose painting. I definitely just want to create an illusion, and people read what you try to intend there. Now I'm just doing the masts of a boat. That definitely also helps a lot to make it read as boats on the water. And as you can see, I'm not drawing a proper full line the whole time. I'm just making stipples and little details to create a little bit more interest. I decided I did not want the boat to be that stark white, so I added a little bit of burnt umber. And I'm just doing the reflections in the water. That also creates a lot of interest. And doing a few more ripples over them. So it seems like they are really all reflections in the water. Now, because I brought in that burnt umber in the boat, I need to add that to the reflection in the water itself. At least if you make a mark or something while it's still wet, you can dab it out and make it disappear. So there is ways to fix certain problems that you find in your painting. So all about those contrasts and interest in your painting that makes it come alive. I'm just doing a few birds in the sky. Some more dark ripples, especially in the foreground area. That definitely helps it to read better as water. I'm just intensifying a few areas now, and I'm signing it. So I think we are done with this painting for now. So please like, subscribe and comment for me, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.